Hello, my name is Raj Narayan. I work with CXO Today, India's premier B2B magazine. Today, we are gathered here to discuss the ban of 59 Chinese apps. There have been polarized views going around, some people saying, why should be banned? Some others saying, no, it should be banned. And a whole lot of companies now coming out and introducing their own version of the apps that got banned, such as TikTok. So I've got with me today Jitendra Soni, who is a techie by choice, and he has been following technology for the last 7, 8 years. He writes for Tech Radar and CXO Today, and is quite knowledgeable about smartphones, laptops, and other technology gadgets. So, welcome, Jitendra. Welcome to the show. Uh, so,
Thanks, Raj.
yeah. So I'll start off by asking the very basic question, which all of us might think about. Why are these apps actually banned? What is it behind this? What happened actually? What led to these bans?
Well, as we all know that the Indian government recently banned 59 Chinese applications, and the reason behind the ban was simple. That these applications, one were sharing content which was not really healthy, and the biggest reason was that they were stealing data, user data, and sending it to the overseas server. So that was the reason why these applications were banned, and Indian government thought that that these applications were but since these are Chinese applications, and these companies have direct links with the Chinese government, so they can the government can out there can ask for the data of users who are using the applications. Hence, the Indian government said, okay, these are not allowed, and we need to stop them right away. So that was the specific reason why these applications were banned.
So just a quick afterthought on that. Have these been banned in other countries also, or I mean, how does that work? Or I mean, are there restrictions in other countries for these apps?
Most of these applications that have been banned are the ones which have had some history, wherein there's been a history about of some data leak, or some notorious activities. Uh, Recently, like TikTok and some other applications have been found stealing data from users' smartphones right away, from the clip pad as well. Now, a lot of countries are already banned some of these applications. Some of them are in process of banning these applications. So, in fact, if I remember correctly, the U.S. government is working to ban TikTok, and along with, say, I think Germany is also looking to put some control out there.
Okay, great. So now this brings me to an interesting question. So, uh, so uh, these apps, are they already on the phone when we buy it, or are they apps which are downloaded? I know TikTok is downloaded. I don't think it comes preloaded on the phone. But are there instances where some of these are preloaded on the apps, or rather on the?
uh, Most of these applications that were banned were the ones that one could download from the Play Store. These were available from Play Store, or even on the iPhone Apple Store, App Store. Now, some of these applications come inbuilt when you get the phone. So the moment you switch on your Android phone, some of these applications are already present. These are called bloatwares. And the reason why these applications are there at the first place is because at times these companies have a collaboration with the phone manufacturers, and they pay them to be present on your phone. So the moment you turn on your phone, you have these applications there. Other applications like TikTok and Cam Scanner, and for that matter, can be downloaded anytime from the app stores.
Okay. So just going back to what we started with,
Hmm.
what's the actual risk of that these apps present to us? I mean, what is it that users should beware? Even those, for example, I'm sure many of the users might have downloaded it. Now, what happens? Does that also not function when the government has banned it, or does it function and you need to remove it manually? How does that work?
So there are two things. One, since some of these applications are there on the phone, you can't do much about it. Now, for you to understand the risk, you need to understand you can understand it this way, that say for an example, you uploaded some content on TikTok, and now you're using TikTok on your phone, And TikTok as an application gathers your personal information about your GPS coordinates and other stuff and transfers it to the servers. So you can directly uninstall it, or you can limit the permissions that you have given to TikTok. Now there are some applications like Clean Master, for example, which is present in phones like Xiaomi's phones or Oppo phones, but then this one comes built into the core ecosystem. So like MIUI has an option to clean the files, clean the cache. Now that cache is cleaned through this particular application. So you do not know that there is a third party application running behind the scene. Now
Mhm.
the worst part is that when you use this application, it asks for permissions to access your contacts, your phone gallery, your messages, which it should not be asking. It is a clean master application is there to clean the unused applications, or that you would not be using, or some cache that gets collected over the period of time. But why does it need an access to my smartphone camera or my GPS coordinates? So that's the trigger that you should know that, okay, this application is looking for some additional permissions which you should not be looking at.
Okay, 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 got it. So one more thing
Mhm,
which suddenly occurred to me is, see,
mhm,
the apps got banned
mhm,
after the China-India clash that happened in Ladakh.
mhm,
Okay, now uh, is it that, see, a lot of people that I speak to, they
mhm,
somehow relate one with the other.
mhm.
Now, technically speaking, is there an association, or is it that these apps should have been banned anyways?
Keeping the politics part aside, these apps should have been banned at any which ways. There should be a limitation of what kind of a data they should be able to access, or ethically they should not be even doing this kind of a stuff. So I think the political stuff which happened is just kind of a trigger wherein these applications have been banned. I think the recent case where I mentioned about some applications like TikTok and other applications which were found to be pulling out data. They were they were calling for a similar kind of ban any which ways.
Hmm.
So that would have already so this trigger does not make much of a sense. It's just that the government of India took a decision at this particular point of time.
Okay, that explains it. That explains it. I mean, like you said, I mean, there has also been a ban on many other apps for the Indian Army, armed forces, right? That
Exactly.
also has been Indian armed forces, defense forces have been asked to sort of
Remove those
some
applications.
of these applications and even other applications, because
And in fact,
obviously,
in
yeah.
these applications also, the recent armed forces thing that you mentioned, even Facebook is a part of that.
Hmm.
So it's not just that these, we are talking just about these Chinese applications. So any application which is collecting your data is harmful for us. It's for user privacy.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, now, so is there a way where, I mean, for example, you mentioned that there are some apps which I download, which obviously I can remove. Now, what about those apps which are running in the background of which I'm not even aware of? How do I tackle those?
Again, there are 3 points here. One is the application that you've installed directly from the Play Store. You can go ahead and directly install it, or from the App Store. Second, again, the applications that come in very inbuilt on your phone, then there they have two different specification. Ones which are which can be uninstalled directly. So there's not much of an issue. You can directly go to the settings and uninstall. Third are the applications which come in as I mentioned about Clean Master. These are the applications that come in built into the system, or there are bloatwares which you cannot uninstall.
Hmm.
So for them, there is an entire different process, a long process. I think we can do a different video altogether for that. That would be a detailed video wherein we can discuss about the steps that how to remove these applications and keep your phone clean and safe.
So when I remove these applications, would there be any issue with my phone itself? Would it work any differently, or would it be? I mean, everything will be same. It's just that that extra snooping thing which was there will go away. Is that it?
Definitely, yes, yes. So your phone works perfectly fine. I've uninstalled these applications. Some of these applications when the government called for a ban, and other applications which were there inbuilt. I had already deleted those applications, and the phones work perfectly fine. It's just that you lose a bit of feature, a bit of function which you think is a feature, but then again, that's just a eyewash, and people are snooping at you. So your privacy is of a more valuable than just a small feature on your phone.
Okay, so I'll just conclude with one
Mhm.
final question. Where
Uh-huh.
are there uh, similar apps that we can find in which are not Chinese, for example? Because we
Mhm.
have been talking Chinese all this while. Are there apps
Exactly.
like this which are not Chinese that also could be a security threat for us? And what
Definitely,
do
yes. Definitely, yes. There are a lot of applications like we mentioned about Facebook. So
Mhm,
Facebook collects a lot of data. I'll give you a small example. I do not have I do not have Facebook installed in my phone,
mhm.
and for random use access, I kind of normally log in on the phone browser. So one fine day, I had a call with my friend, and we were discussing on some specific topic. Next day, when I logged into my Facebook account on my browser, not even on application, I had specific advertisements showing about which were related to the conversation that I had with my friend. Which means that not only applications through applications, Facebook is accessing your information uh, directly from your loudspeaker or your
Microphone.
speakerphone or the mic.
Mic.
So similarly, there are other applications as well which we need to be really careful of about the kind of information that they collect. Now, even Google collects a lot of information about us. That's how you get your Google map profile, your Google activity. But then again, that is not being used in an incorrect way. At least what we know is that the data that has gone to Google is still safe, and it is being used for providing features to you, rather than being sold to third party companies or some government to snoop on you.
Okay. So in the ultimate analysis, what I understand is that yes, the
Mhm.
ban uh, happened at a particular time, but
Mhm.
that we should not read that it was a cause and effect relationship between
Exactly.
what happened on the army front, military front, and what I mean on this. That is
Mhm.
number one. Number two, mobile phones will have some of these apps installed, pre-installed, because that is the way the mobile phone companies make money.
Exactly.
So we need to be careful about what apps we have, and we need to
Mhm.
uninstall some of these apps which come preloaded, for which we will come back with a detailed
Detailed
description and video
article.
probably.
Yeah. Mhm.
And finally, data collection on the internet is natural, normal.
Exactly.
What we need to do is be aware of how the data is being used, or at
Use.
least uh, be careful about that aspect. Am I
Exactly.
correct? Have I
Yes.
covered all the points?
Definitely.
Okay,
Yes.
I think that was good. That was good, Jitendra. That was really good of you to explain this.
Thanks
So,
a lot, Raj.
thank you very much. And let's look forward to the next video.